All right, everybody. This is the Indecision Podcast. Um, Today's a great day because it is the first official, unofficial, official podcast for us. We've been in the works for quite some time, but we kind of just been toying with it to see how it works and working out some kinks and crannies and stuff. But what better way to start than week one football and Eastern Conference Finals? I'm JS Gallo.
I'm on Mizzy, man, and JSG, I couldn't have said it any better, man. This is a special week in sports, bro. I don't think we've ever seen so many sports being played at one time. You feel me? And luckily we are the gratified recipients of some spectacular sporting events, man. Yo, shout out to Inter Miami. We did lose, but we are putting an effort forward, signing big name European players that might take us to a next level. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins, man. They also took an L, but you never know, man. It's only week one, and we see what it do. JSG, you're a Cowboys fan, man. Let them know that was a close game with Los Angeles. At the end of the day, it is week one, so I need you to
Yes,
take it
sir.
easy, man. I need
For
you to
sure.
take it easy. There we go, man. A couple hits of
Who's
the
proud,
inhaler,
bro? Yeah, that was rough, man. Because referees do certain calls which may or may not go your way. I get it, but what sucks is when you shouldn't. I think we've talked about this plenty of times with other sports. It's like you shouldn't even be in that situation where you have to rely on the ref to make that game-changing call. And that was a big one for us because it was a great play. Honestly, I can't say it was or wasn't. It just depends on the day. It depends on the referee. It's one of those calls that just happens. But my biggest issue was the fact that we just didn't go for that field goal at the end, and we could have tied the game, and we went for it, which I understand because sometimes you got to be ballsy and risk it to get the biscuit. But shout out to Sean McVay. That guy is just so well coached, and just the guy is just such a football genius that I'm sorry, you got to freaking get your points when you can and just play it smart. We could have easily won the game with a field goal towards the end, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. And it is what it is. It's week one. We're learning. No preseason. Everyone's trying to knock off the rust, but it is what it is.
Big facts, man. Big facts. I like I said, man, I can't say it any better, man. The situation you guys are going through at the end of the day, man, like, we have to come to a realization. Like, you got your people at the end of the day, like Stephen A. Smith, that all they do is talk shit about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I gotta be, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I'm not throwing no biases in this, but I do have to say, like, one of the teams that receives the most pressure year after year is the Dallas Cowboys. And at the end of the day, like, week one losses don't mean shit, man. We got
Yeah.
to remember this is a long season. And, week one at the end of the day could be the most irrelevant week, So it's just one of those situations where, you live and learn. I do believe in your coach, that dude is a great coach, man. Shout out to McCarthy, man. And, let's see where they go from there. But, at the end of the day, man, week one is only week one. And, that's not going to determine the whole season, nor is it going to determine the playoff rankings. And like you said, we did not have a preseason. We did not have the training as anticipated by most of these players, what they usually do. Some of them were just playing with their teammates at parks and shit. So it's like it's one of those situations where it's not a normal regular season. So we can't really like let week one determine what all this shit is gonna break down to. This is not how the cookie crumbles, my dogs. I'm sorry.
For sure. So true. So true. And with what you were saying about the no preseason, it's crazy how you can kind of feel it as in terms of injuries, man. We had so many injuries, a couple season
Facts,
enders, and I
man. Let
feel
them know.
like no preseason has somewhat of a role to play in that because you don't get to get the live game action and you don't get to loosen up right and figure out,
For
test your
sure.
limits and all that. It's kind of like, they just got fed to the sharks and some of them got bit kind of hard, but it's the nature of the game. That's what it is. But yeah,
Yeah, man. To think like the role that COVID plays in sports right now, and like let's say all of us that want to sit here and say like COVID doesn't do that much and this and that, it hasn't affected sports that much. It's like, yo, we got to realize, yes, it has, man. and also like home court advantage, which was a thing throughout sports for generations and generations, is at the moment not a thing. And I even heard baseball at this point stating that they're planning to go to a bubble situation for postseason. What does that mean, bro? Baseball, if anything, that crowd noise, yo, that can really fuck up with an athlete that, let's say, you're trying to get a fly ball, it's 2 outs, this is a really important play, this and that. And then now there's no crowd noise. You're fully concentrated on the ball landing in your glove. You're not thinking what this means, bro. It changes the whole game. Like baseball for pitchers, especially, it can change the whole game what fans do. And now you're telling me we might go to a bubble situation with the MLB and postseason? That changes everything, man. And I think it's real stupid that people want to like mention like maybe COVID's not a relevant situation when it comes to sports, but it very much is, man. And it changes everything. Home court is a thing. Home court is a thing. Maybe not for NFL because they play in different stadiums, but those motherfuckers travel anyways. So home court is a thing, bro.
Yeah, I definitely do believe in home court. Sometimes, it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I definitely agree. Because look, some teams are better at home, some aren't. Some are trash. If you're a Miami team, I want to say 8 to 9 times out of 10 for some reason we're not as good at home. But
Facts. Minus the Heat, maybe.
yeah,
If
minus the
you,
Heat is probably the only exception. Shout
yeah,
out to
but
the Miami
definitely,
Heat.
I could attest to that. Like NFL, I remember I went to a wild card game. I want to say it was 2010 when Pennington was here. It might have been 2009. I can't really. It might have been '09 to 10, and we were going against the Ravens. And bro, I saw more purple than I ever seen in my whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I saw more Ray Lewis and Ed Reed jerseys than I ever did see any fucking Brandon Marshalls or Teggins or whoever the fuck we had on that team at that point. So yeah, definitely home court goes a long way, man. That shit you can't deny it. You can't deny it.
Yeah, but other than that, man, it was a pretty interesting week one. You could tell it's either some teams were on, some teams were completely off.
One thing I want to ask your opinion on is the level of apparently like there's been a lot more penalty calls that were called. Is that surprising in any way?
It's not surprising. It's just I guess it all comes down to the consistency of it. Like if you're gonna call certain calls, you better be sure to call that shit every damn time and not the other time because it's like, bro, really? This guy might have pushed off a little bit more and you're not gonna call it here.
Yeah,
So
facts.
that's one thing.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Football is first off, I'm thankful that football is here. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to like make it seem like, oh, certain things are pissing me off as far as football, or football's not like, as interesting as other sports that are going on in the moment. I'm thankful that football's here, man. Let's be real. Everybody, I think, is a little bit thankful, and I
Oh,
know those.
hell yeah.
Yeah, those college fans. I know you guys getting your fixes of like, I think Big Ten is about to hop back in it, the ACC, all this shit. Like I know our college fans are also very like happy to have football, and football is a special sport in America, man. Let's not even play. So I'm very grateful. It's just it's one of those situations where you know we trying to adjust, we trying to realize what it is. I think it was kind of like the bubble games when they initially went back for the NBA. You took like a little span to understand like what's going on in sports, how home court's not a thing, how they're not really any real fans there. And, you start to kind of like get adjusted to it and understand. And then from there, you build that appreciation, you build that love for the sport again. And NFL, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, you look at certain games where like Kansas City, they had fans against the Texans, but then you're looking at Dolphins and the Patriots in Gillette Stadium, there's nobody there. So it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't know, man. It's just really fucking weird, And I don't know what to say, man. I almost feel like if one team doesn't have fans, then all of them should not do fans. Like I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. And what sucks is like you have those bigger market teams. Fortunately, unfortunately, sorry, not sorry, that my team is the Cowboys. So, they're one of the teams that is going to definitely push and probably have fans. But as a fan of the sport, it's kind of whack to see, that certain teams can have fans, some can't. I think it should be all or nothing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, facts, man. What would you say about the current actions taken by the NFL to create, attention toward the social injustice and the things that are going on currently in the world and especially in the United States? What do you feel about the linking arms or standing for, or staying in the back during the national anthems? Them adding a national, not a national anthem, but an anthem for the movement with Alicia Keys and other people. So, what would you say, man? You see the movement moving forward? Is this kind of just like a gimmick? Is the NFL just trying to stay on the good graces of the American people and the individuals that mostly play the sport that happen to be, Black African Americans or, people of color?
I want to say, like Eric Reed said it best. They're trying. They're definitely doing things. It's changed compared to how it was a couple of years ago. But like he said, I feel like it's half-hearted, man. Because if you want to preach and say and do all these things and be like, "Oh, we're sorry, Kaepernick, for da da da, not believing you 4 years ago," or all this stuff, it's like, bro, why isn't he on a team? Like,
Right.
he could
That,
be, all right, maybe not a starter. Maybe it's beyond him. Maybe for a team that gets hurt, he could jump in as a starter, but he could be a backup for any NFL team right
big
now.
facts. 100%, man.
It's
And
as simple as that.
and just piggybacking off of what you're saying right now is just like I almost feel like I would rather have Kaepernick than Fitzpatrick. No, no, yeah, hey man, no dicks. Like I'm very appreciative of Fitzpatrick. I do understand the level of expertise and knowledge that he brings to our team and what it could benefit our younger quarterback in the future as far as Tua. But I do say that, man, like, at this point, I would almost prefer Kaepernick, man. I feel like, he could potentially, prove himself as a starter and, eventually we would have to move him or, he'll leave to another team. But, I'll take him on a 1 year contract over Fitzpatrick right now, being honest,
Yeah,
and,
I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, Fitzmagic is a thing, but he's older and just, man, freaking Kaepernick, bro. That guy, he's just athletic and he could help you win, I think. It might not be the prettiest sometimes, but I think he could help you get some W's as long as you have a solid team around him. And
yo,
it's just a shame that he's been out of the league for this long. It's crazy because Madden is actually putting him in the game so you could kind of get the whole feel of him still being in the NFL, but it's just a game. So it's like, wow.
yeah, man. And, like, at the end of the day, man, like, I understand, like, okay, Cam Newton, he was an MVP. But at the end of the day, Cam Newton is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback because he went with his team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Kaepernick is the same player, like, might not be MVP talks, but at the end of the day, he led a team to the Super Bowl and went against a great defensive team and a very lucky Flacco. And, at the end of the day, we can't deny the fact that this man has been to the Super Bowl, man. That's not an easy thing to accomplish, bro. At the end of the day, the offense has to play some sort of role. You can't just say like we're no offense and strictly defense. Like even the Broncos, when they went with Peyton, that he wasn't on his hottest shit, he still made plays, bro. Like defense can only do so much. Defense can't really put points on the board. You might have players that might be able to return something and make a TD off of it or whatnot, but at the end of the day, there is a certain percentage that offense plays in that. And at the end of the day, that 49er squad that went to the Super Bowl, there's a certain percentage that Kaepernick lifted them up so they could make it to that Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, defense doesn't win it all. Like, we have to be real. Because if defense won it all, the Miami Dolphins from, 2006 and before would have been doing mad shit, bro. But defense does not win it all. You
Yeah.
feel me?
I agree, man. Well said. Well said. Kaepernick, what a hell of a year that was. What a run, man. You did your thing, and kudos to you, brother.
Yeah, we stand with Cap.
But man, I feel like we did our thing with football. I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room. the Miami Heat in the Eastern
Yes,
Conference
sir.
Finals.
Yes, sir, man. With no Wade, but we still doing something, man. We're still doing something special. Best winning percentage as far as any other playoff team in the league. This is a special year, man, and I'm very excited to see what might happen tonight.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a diehard Heat fan. They're gonna be my squad forever. But if you would have told me 6 years ago that in 6 years we're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals without the big three and D Wade, I would have probably laughed in anyone's face. I'm just being completely honest.
Hey,
I'm
man.
happy we're here. I love it. The whole dog mentality, the Miami Goons, the nitty gritty. But
Yes, sir.
wow, bro, I'm in awe. I'm shocked. Like, yes, I'll take it. Give me more. Yes, sign me
Yeah,
up.
right.
I'm about it.
Yo, man. Yeah, man. You said it best, man. Like, it's like you said. If you asked me this time when LeBron left and Bosch got his blood clots and everything was going on, man, in my mind, the rational number for me was 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And I was totally accepting of that because we went through a very long period with no championships. In '06 we won our title. Then we went through another dry spree, and then we went on that dynasty run from 2010. And yeah, hey man, at the end of the day, I like to tell myself I'm a very blessed fan, especially for the NBA. I can't deny that. But yo, man, this is spectacular, man. This is something special. This is, like you said, a nitty gritty, grimy, dog type team that is willing to fight to the very end. And that's why I will give them the biggest amount of props because at the end of the day, man, we got to realize Dwayne Wade, he lost to the fucking Pacers with Reggie Miller. And that was the semifinals. He lost to the fucking Eastern Conference Finals and soon to be Finals champions, the Pistons.
Yeah.
These are all big teams that you need to face and they build you. But the thing is, this team is not falling down. You could have thought we would have lost in the semis. We didn't lose in the semis. We dominated. Do you feel me? Now we're in the conference finals. Who knows? We might not lose these finals. We might dominate. And if that puts us in the championship, mentality and a championship opportunity, this Miami Heat team could win it, man. It all brings me back to '06 when shout out to Milo, man. He's sleeping right here. But this
Young
reminds me of
Stallion.
you know, this reminds me of a '06 team where I remember Dwayne Wade went to the free throw line consistently attacking. This man scored close to 20 points off the free throw line. The last player I see do this shit is fucking Jimmy Butler this year, going to that line, attacking the rim, making these points, these like essential fundamental type basketball points that really change the game. And I can't, honestly, I can't see us not going to the finals.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's looking like we kind of looks like this could be our year to make it. Maybe not win it all, but I feel like we have a good chance of being in that final spot for the East. But we'll see, man. Tonight's the night. It is extremely nostalgic, I will say, because not too long ago, we had to take the keys from the Boston Celtics because they were quote unquote the big three at the time. So they
Facts.
were our big brother for a little bit, but then that ended, and sit your ass down, and Miami had to take over. And now it looks like it's going back that way, and I like it because both squads have been out of it for a little while. They're both building. They both have young talent, and man, it's gonna be a great matchup. Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum face to face would be fucking dope. They're both well coached teams, and I think this is gonna be a hell of a series.
And that's one thing I want to like definitely elaborate on. Well coached teams. In my opinion, right now, one of the best coaches, which it bothers me that he's not being, considered for the coach of the year conversation, and it goes to Nick Nurse, which is like, at the end of the day, bro, he won a finals. Like that squad, like if we want to sit there and say like, oh, the Raptors, it was all on Kawhi, this and that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, bro, we know it's a team sport, and for anybody that really likes basketball, they're gonna say it's a team thing. So it's not Kawhi. You feel me? And definitely Nick Nurse is a good coach, but there's a lot of good players on that team. You feel me? And former All-Stars.
Yeah,
Now, my
man.
thing is like I look at it from the aspect of, bro, this is a rookie a majority, like a good chunk of young players with a few individuals that might have took it to that next level. So that's why I see Eric Spoelstra in a different caliber. And it's funny because it's like a lot of people wanted to talk shit saying that, oh, he did it because of LeBron, this and that. But at the end of the day, though, there's no LeBron on this squad. There's no Wade on this squad. There's no Bosh on this squad. The only person you're talking about that has a 10-year and finals mentality is fucking Haslam and Crowder. If I can really, like, I'm not sure 100% because I don't know if he was on the Jazz that year or the Cavs that year. I really don't know.
I know
But,
he had that stint with the Cavs and Wade when they try to do their thing,
right?
but they trade him before they went to the finals.
They might have, man. But, at the end of the day, like, 100% guaranteed we're talking Udonis Haslam. So you're talking about a
Yeah,
brand new squad with a lot of young players that are just like putting this push to go through the playoffs off of a mentality or a culture that's been placed in the Heat organization. And at the end of the day, man, like, we got to keep it real and keep it real 100%, man. Coach Spo ain't no joke, man. He's a great fucking coach. And that's why I want to give also props to Brad Stevens because he's a great coach as well. I see him
yeah,
being like
definitely.
that Spo DNA, that Spo mentality, a little bit younger, where the players can kind of relate to him, and they're down to grind for him. Like when you get a coach that the players are down to grind for, which I would say, like we're talking outside of basketball, like Don Shula, like the Lombardis, like these players were like, yo, I want to play for that coach. Man, I fuck with them, like the Phil Jacksons of the world and shit. And it's like I feel like both teams have that mentality because it's not just like, yo, I want to ball for my team, I want to ball for my fucking coach, and I want to ball for my organization. And it's gonna be, hey man, it's gonna be a match, bro. It's gonna be a series that I think everybody wants to see. As much as people want to think of the Battle of LA, because I know there's a game 7. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tonight.
Tonight. So it's like, I know as much as people want to talk about the battle in LA, but yo, let's be real, man. This is a battle of cultures and franchises that's going on in the
Definitely.
East.
All I'm saying is Miami coming for that spot to be part of that top 5 in the
Big
NBA. You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. I couldn't say it better, man. But yeah, man. So who you taking in Denver and LA Clips?
Oh, that's a tough one, bro. But I'm going to have to go with the club, man. I think he can pull it out and take this to the Western Conference Finals. But I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy happens with Denver and the Joker and Murray do some crazy shit. But I'm leaning towards the Clippers.
Yeah, I'm there with you, man. I concur. I'm there with the Clippers. You know, the claw is the claw. Let's just get that
Yeah.
out the way. PG can have as many bad games as he want, but at some point, and us knowing from the Pacers years and whatnot, PG is gonna have a game eventually. So you can't depend on PG always slacking.
Yeah.
So and I think the one thing that has to be touched upon is just the amount of members on the bench, man. Lou Williams, you never know. Lou Williams can be the one that shoots like a game-winning 3 on your ass. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what might happen. So and I never doubt Doc Rivers. So I'm with the Clips, man. Like no beefs with Denver. I've always had love for Denver. Mellow years, AI years, Iguodala years, or whatever you want to call it. But it's just it's hard to bet against, man. And we're betting men, so it's just you can't go against the grain on this one, man.
Yeah, man. I agree with that.
Yeah, like bro, we might witness Kawhi have a career game. You never know.
Hey, man. And like you said, Lou Williams off the bench, he could easily throw a 30 piece tonight, just like that. You can't
Yo,
sleep on the guy.
lemon pepper Lou.
Lemon pepper Lou.
You feel me? But yeah, man, very interesting sports that we've had lately. Um, I don't know, man. What do you say? Like, do you enjoy all the sports at once, or is it too much for you? Like,
I
like,
enjoy the hell out of it.
yeah,
I ain't even gonna lie, man.
bro. I almost feel like I'm getting anxious because it's like I gotta try to watch the Heat game. But oh shit, the Marlins are on. Oh shit, Inter Miami's on. Oh shit, it's like it's been kind of
So I
chaotic,
do
man.
feel you in that sense because sometimes it could be tough. Like, damn, who do I watch? But
Bro,
just
even we got playing right now too, man. It's
yeah,
like,
right. Ooh,
hey,
UM.
hey, shout out
Hey,
to the U,
shout
man,
out
getting
to the
that first
U
W.
all day, every day. Um, I hope this is the year. I love the U. I will always love the U. I'll die for the U. But man, it's just like, when is it going to be the year that we finally get over the hump and go back to the U and vintage swagger days? Even though we can't go back to those days as long as we're Adidas. No shots fired at Adidas. Three stripes or the street three stripes, but it's just something different about the Kings in a Nike uniform. But I'm not gonna touch too much on that. It's just how I feel. Hey, hopefully the Kings do their thing this year. That's it for me.
Hey, man, let me pause you right there. Before the Canes win, I need the Dolphins to win because they got a bigger slump.
Oh, facts, facts,
You feel
facts.
me?
For sure,
Okay,
for
okay,
sure.
okay. I have no problem with the Canes winning, man. But right now, I just need the Finns to like maybe get one in because it's been like at least 40, 50 years
Nah,
in
yeah,
this,
yeah.
man.
I can't be mad at that. Let me just throw it out there for those that don't know. Everybody knows I'm a Cowboys fan, but the Dolphins are my home team. So I would be more than happy to see them do good and finally win and put some winning product on the field because it's been damn too long. And
Shut up.
shit, when I can't watch Cowboys football, I'm watching Finns football.
Hey, man. And, we appreciate that and we appreciate the level of support, man. And, shout out to the Miami Dolphins, man. Like, at the end of the day, like I'm in my mind, I'm recycling like a different concept. I'm like, I'm not even thinking like, oh, this is the year that we finally have a quarterback. We finally have, nah. I want to win for Don Shula.
That
You
would be
know,
nice. That would be nice.
there's a lingering thing in my mind, and when I see that Shula, patch on our jerseys, I want to do it for him, bro. Don Shula is something special to Miami. Don Shula is something special to the Miami Dolphins organization. Don Shula is something it can never be replicated. It can never be duplicated. He is the Don. And I think this year, like more than anything, I don't even care if it's a 8-8 year. I don't care if it's a 9-7 year. I just want a winning season for Mr. Don Shula.
Yeah, man. I think it'd
R.I.P.
be great for them to just be competitive, man. Just have a, like you said, a winning record, man. Just change it up. It's been too damn long.
Too long.
No more of that bullshit. It's time. It looks like we finally have a coach that is immersed and is all about having a good locker room, putting in the right pieces, the guys that like to work hard, the guys that are good locker room leadership presence type role players and star players for that matter. And I'm excited, but it's gonna take a little more time. But we've Dolphins are known to rush things in certain situations, and as much as it would be great to see that number one on the field, it's just like when the time comes, it's gonna be something worthwhile. So let's just let it flow, let him get his groove. Loosen them hips, boy. You ever seen Dak Prescott before pregame? Maybe do a little
Sure.
bit 1-2, 1-2.
No, I'm saying, man.
Because once you're on that field, we don't want you to come off that field, man. So just keep
Yeah.
working, keep rehabbing, keep doing your thing, and we look forward to seeing that number on the field at some point.
Hey, man, and you dropping big facts, bro. Patience has always been an issue with the Dolphins. We've been quick to rush individuals out there. Look at Tannehill, arguably, you know, one of the better quarterbacks. Some people might even say top 10, which is amazing for me to even hear that in a conversation.
What's crazy
Um,
is, as crazy as it sounds, it's like he's the best non-Dan Marino quarterback the Dolphins have ever had.
not during our like talent wise, but not during our time.
No, yeah.
Ah,
As far as like anyone after Marino, he's the only one that has like yards technically and the whatever because he's put in the most time. Because every other year,
oh,
man, it's
maybe.
just like
I don't
rotate,
know, man.
rotate,
I'm gonna have to
rotate.
go back and look at a couple Pennington years. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he
Gotta
had
look at a
that
couple.
one year, but
You know what I'm
overall,
saying? Hey,
the
man.
record
Hey,
books, the
man.
record books
Hey,
speak.
man. Maybe Fielder. I think one Fielder made it one year, or was it Gus Farrat that they might have to switch around, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I agree with you, man. It's a patience is a virtue. It's just sadly, we've had coaches in the past and individuals in the past that haven't really wanted to develop players and just kind of want to win when we're not in the right space to win. And hey man, Dolphins football, it is a tough one. I feel like Miami sports is a tough one.
Miami sports. I didn't want to interrupt you, but Miami sports in general is
Yeah,
the toughest of the
it's
toughest.
very it's very, man. And at the end of the day, whatever's gonna play out is gonna play out. But I would love to just see this Dolphins team, like I said, maybe have a above 500 year, just in dedication, in memorial to the great Don Shula. Like, I would just appreciate it. But it is what it is, man. Um, we keep growing from here. Bro, football's only gonna grow from here. We don't even know what's gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Aaron Rodgers balling. So this kid they drafted,
Discount double check.
bro. Like I'm sitting there and I'm like, this coach who drafted, light skinned buddy. I'm not sure what his name is.
Is it Jordan Love or is it Love or Hurst or
Definitely Jordan. I know is the first name. So you're right. You're going along the right lines.
yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Love, but it's like one of
That
those
might be
guys.
right. That doesn't sound wrong.
Let's see. We always got Google. One in doubt, just Google it.
You feel me? I Google. You gotta put for my Spanish people. You gotta put the E before the GOOGLE.
Speak English. But we'll talk about that later.
Right? Google. Google. The E is connected to the Google. It's Google. Shout out Milo's moaning and groaning.
Tell him, Milo. Tell him.
Okay. He's kind of like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. I don't give a fuck about your podcast. I'm trying to nap right now. But yeah, man. Hey, man. If I was the coach of Green Bay, I would start trying to patch that broken bridge, try to fix that bridge that you ruined with Aaron Rodgers, and try to get that man committed for another few years, bro. Aaron Rodgers is that dude. I don't know why you would even draft a quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is that dude.
For sure. And real quick, just to touch back on that, Jordan Love is the guy. Yeah, it's pretty shocker that they drafted him, but I'm not surprised, man, because look, they had what's his name, Brett Favre, towards the end of his career, and they drafted Rodgers, and it's like, oh damn, it's not always too bad to kind of have your next guy there ready for the future.
100%, man. And if the Dolphins did that, like, who knows? We might have had our quarterback to be years later. You feel me? Like, if we were in that mind state, like, oh, we have Tannehill, let's draft Lamar Jackson, and maybe keep him under Tannehill for a couple years, or when we push him to the Titans, we have fucking Lamar Jackson. And like, it's true you're saying, bro. 100%, man. Sometimes you got to build for the future and be ready. Times get rough, bro, and people get injured.
Indeed. But let me just change it up here a little bit, change the mood up, because as much as I love sports and I could talk about sports all day, every day, any day, I just want to shout out to the people out there listening, to the ladies, or to anyone of the guys that are not too into sports and all that. That's not all we're going to talk about. It's just sports is kind of like the thing right now. And it's just like, you know what, we're trying to do this podcast. Let's kind of like just tap into that right now. Just get some content out there for you guys, and then we'll run with it from here on out. We are the Indecision Podcast, the most indecisive podcast in the world. So our topics are going to be all over the place. You're going to love some. You might not like some, but we're going to entertain you. We're going to deliver some laughs, some what's it called? A way to escape from this crazy world we're living in, and tell them how we do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like you said, man. We're not sports. It's just there's so many sporting events going on at the moment that it's hard for us not to touch upon these topics. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get outside of the box. We're gonna get different. Be ready for our top 5, top 10s that will be coming soon. We're gonna get into our bags so you can understand who we are and what we represent. If you didn't know by now, we are associated with the Flow brand LLC, a brand that has begun started in 2015. And from there, we have, just moved forward and trying to build our brand and whatnot. So, new collections are going to be coming relatively soon. We're going to start, showing our brand off a lot more. like you've never seen before. And we appreciate everybody that's been on this journey with us. We know a lot of people will support. Might not be represented in our followers, but we know individuals do hit us up for the new clothing, want to know how the brand's doing. And, we want to give a shout out to all y'all, man, supporters since day one. Those people that have those fucking OG flow hats when the stitching was a little off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here, bro. We're still doing this thing. And, shout out to everybody. This is only 2 out of 3 of the indecision. We'll be 3 out of 3, usually on Freestyle Fridays. But either way, man, we don't let down, man. We wanna just be a voice for y'all. The voice of the South, the voice of the West, and the voice of the Central. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for those of you, if you didn't catch what my boy said, Freestyle Fridays, that's going to be off the top of the dome. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
probably hear a little bit of, a little bit of our looser side, our funnier side, because we're just going to kind of just show you what we're about, show you that side that people don't really know. We've been holding it in, and we decided to finally show the world what we're about because it's time to be out and not stuck in the shadows and just be a voice for people that are kind of going through hard times and need a good time or an escape or something to do when they're kind of stuck in the shadows, and just kind of show them that we can all do it. And yeah.
Exactly, man. All those introverts out there, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get you out that shell, man. And hopefully we can all become introverts like Dwayne Wade.
Right? Quote unquote
That
introverts.
Yeah, considerably is not an introvert anymore, man. That guy is on another level, bro. He is established, but the thing is that's what we want to accomplish. We want to become those people. We want to become those individuals that are so confident in themselves and um their traits that make them different than everyone else, and let that show and let people see the difference in us. And yeah, man, we just want to be like one with our people, one with our following, and just continue from there, continue to grow, continue to spread happiness, continue to spread a coexist mentality where even though you're not like me, we're still brothers, we're still sisters and brothers and whatever we want to identify as. We're all part of one unit, which is humanity, and we're going to continue to function together and grow. You feel me?
Yes, sir, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Shit, that's pretty much it for today, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's first official unofficial podcast. We're still missing the third member of the crew, but he'll be on the next one, and if not the next one, the one after. Again, I'm JS Gallo.
And I'm on Mizzy, man, and just want to leave you one last note, man. Let's go Heat.
Let's go, baby.